You're listening to an episode of Mega Resurrections. On this episode, I'm joined with Adam of Adam and Sam at the Disco. We talk about remake and a little bit of everything else going on in the Master Collection. And as always, our intro and outros by Fingers.
It's finally real.
What's
We're
up, Adam?
finally here. Not a lot. How are you,
Uh,
guy?
it's been a shitty summer.
Oh no.
Right? Today's the first day of summer, right? Am I
Yeah.
right?
Is
Yeah.
it tomorrow? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think you're
whatever
right.
those days is.
Whatever the fuck.
If anything could go wrong, did go wrong.
Yeah.
I've gotten past it, but yeah, like all the fucking delays. But hey, guess what? We got Metal Gear
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, we got a
Or
lot of Metal Gear
should I should
stuff
say?
now.
I just want
Stuffs.
No, you know what? I only caught bits and pieces of that Nintendo Direct thing, and it looks like Nintendo's all set for just destroying all Switches.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe for what they're gonna call a Switch Pro that can
Yeah.
handle both
Oh.
Metal Gear and Batman.
Oh my God. Yeah, that Dark Knight collection or whatever the hell they're going to call it, I guess the Batman Arkham series. Yeah,
Yeah,
Arkham
yeah.
Knight. Arkham Knight will definitely blow those up.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's gonna be freezing because I know for
Yeah.
like when I had the what do you call it? The Xbox One, it was already freezing for that one.
Yeah. Oh, and you
And
play anything on a
yeah.
PlayStation 4 and it sounds like your PlayStation's about to take off out of your room. Like that thing is so loud.
Oh, and then you get the Metal Gear games that like made like the PS2s and PS3s sound like fucking jet engines.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like imagine having that Switch. That's gonna really burn. Like
Oh man, it's gonna
people
be bad.
don't put the Switch on your crotch as a placeholder because it's gonna like
No.
nuke your balls off.
Yeah. Your
It's gonna
Switch
end up
Lite will
happening.
definitely not work after that.
There's gonna be a study like kids are like sterile after playing the Metal Gear Masters Collection
Yeah.
on Switch.
No more generations after this.
I feel like that could be a thing like within Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh yeah.
Cut off generations.
Cut off generations.
Yeah, but fucking
These are the memes.
Delta. Like
Oh, I know.
it makes me want to say Delta Force, like all the time I say it. Like
A little bit,
Metal Gear
yeah.
Solid Delta Force. Like, no, it's Delta.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh man. Imagine just a bunch of rednecks there. Yeah, I think it's hysterical. The last time that we like jumped on here was the day
Mhm.
before PlayStation, and we're like, is it
Yep.
gonna happen? And it happened, and
Yeah.
here we are on Nintendo Day, and you get even more.
I go back and I'm like, wow, I sound like a real pessimistic asshole. Like nothing's gonna happen. We never get anything.
No,
And like within a month, boom, here we go.
yeah,
Because you know what?
double or nothing.
They just first said like all these games were just gonna be for like Delta's gonna be for like the main consoles, but like the Masters collection, I assumed was gonna be like, PlayStation and Xbox and Steam. That's it.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
big
think it was gonna be
boys.
like for Steam. I was like, what? Like Nintendo? Like first of all, Nintendo has like games of their own that they can easily like put into their own collection if they wanted to,
Right.
like a Nintendo collection. But this like new Masters collection. I mean, it does include. I think people are saying it's like the NES version of Metal Gear.
Yeah,
I was going to the picture and I was like, yeah, it says NES and I think it says Famicom.
right.
Famicom. Yeah,
Yeah, the
but
family computer, that thing.
and I'm thinking it's like, where's the Ghost Babel? Where's the Twin Snakes, especially Twin Snakes?
Oh, if they do Twin Snakes, people will lose their minds.
Because I always hear people go like, we never got a Metal Gear Solid remake. I'm like, I mean, you did, but you
You
didn't like it.
did.
You didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, and you did, just not on the console that you wanted.
Exactly. It's for GameCube, which
Yeah.
I mean, this series alone made me buy all these like consoles left and right just to get these games. And like,
Yes.
I was like, all right, cool, GameCube. I was like, I remember that time, like, like we're gonna be adult Nintendo, or we're gonna be like not so kiddie.
Right.
Like we got Resident Evil remake there. Ooh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Resident Evil
Zombies.
4. Yeah.
And then you had Twin Snakes. I was like, ooh, it's gonna be gritty, it's gonna be dark. And then when I saw it, I was
Nope.
like, I'm watching like the Matrix version of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Backflips and shit off rockets. Yep.
I mean, if you remember like the did you ever watch the Incredible Hulk? The one
Yeah.
with Edward Norton. Do you remember the
Yeah.
post-credit scene
Right.
where you see like Tony Stark in a bar? I wish we would have
Yep.
gotten that for Twin Snakes, but it's like
Oh.
Solid Snake in the bar, and he's talking about all like the heroic shit he did for Shadow Moses
Mhm.
after winning that Alaskan what was it, Husky
Yeah, the Husky race.
race?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a trophy, and he just like pounding back whiskeys and just telling everybody at the bar like how many times he flipped. It's like, oh, I was in a sniper battle and I flipped. I was spying on my brother and I flipped.
And I flip. Yeah,
And
my
I was
Huskies
like,
were about to go off a cliff, and I flipped.
oh, I mean, Delta looks like what all these
I
other
mean,
games look.
hey,
It looks
yeah.
good, but
I'm
Naked
curious.
Snake just looks like kind of like generic a little bit,
He's
you know,
beefy.
right?
He's a
Yeah.
big
Well,
boy. Yeah.
he's supposed to be beefy. He's supposed to be a big
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, they basically took Venom's character model that we were talking
Hmm.
about last time and
Oh
just
yeah.
swapped him. Yeah. Big
Oh
guy.
yeah, because I remember when they were doing like the comparisons, like putting Big Boss and then Venom Snake. Venom Snake is like not only taller, thicker,
Yeah.
wider.
Yeah.
He's
Speaking
got
of the
them
Incredible Hulk, he's
big
right
ass
there.
hips. Uh
Yeah,
oh
I'm curious. Like they're gonna stick with all the original voice acting, but they want
yeah,
to add
yeah.
in all of this new, modern games like stuff. Like, how are they going to do that with original voice acting? You can't really introduce new mechanics while sticking with old voice acting.
Yeah.
You need a
I
lot of
mean,
text boxes.
yeah, that and probably like showing like because they obviously they're gonna like change up like because of the historical shit that they removed for the Masters collection. I imagine like you're gonna like what add new clips maybe or add just
Maybe.
like pictures or
Yeah.
I mean if you have like the original audio recordings, I imagine you also have like whatever they cut out, like stuff that they didn't want to fit in the story. They probably use
Right.
that too to
Yeah.
fill in the gap.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
you could find
yeah,
plenty of clips for any news related item back in those days. Like, geez.
I just I mean, do they get? I don't know because no one said anything. But do they get paid if they're going to
Both?
reuse yeah,
You'd
the
almost
actors?
expect them to.
Yeah,
Like, they'd
right.
have,
They're gonna have
I
to,
mean,
right? It's kind of
yeah,
fucked up if
whether
they
it's
don't.
residuals or something. Yeah. Well, and they never, whose voice actress did they never announce? Eva?
Yeah, Suzette Mignette is a pseudonym name, and I
Yeah.
was like,
So
no
how
one's
do
ever
you,
no they like I think too a couple people know who she is, but no one's ever said like it's blah 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 like that's such and such. No,
yeah,
it's always been kept tight-lipped, and I'm pretty sure like
Kate
some
Blanchett?
yeah someone in Konami had to like especially if you're paying somebody, you have to have a real
Right.
name.
Yeah. They
Unless
came
it's
into a
like
studio somewhere.
unless it was like under the table like a freaking duffel bag of cash and like here you go.
I mean, but it's still not like today where you can almost record
Hmm.
anything from your phone, like
Yeah.
you didn't have that back in the PlayStation 2 days.
No,
So
no.
somebody went somewhere and did legit voice acting.
Yeah, after like the fiasco of like what was it the first game where they were doing in someone's house?
Yeah.
Someone's house was a studio.
Right.
Is how it started. And then like, all right, once two heads, like we go to an actual studio.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, because you want like, good quality audio
Yeah.
to go
Well,
with
and
your game.
everybody wanted David back, and I feel like this
Yeah.
isn't the way to get David back. Like people wanted new David, not not
Old David.
pre-recorded David. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that probably they don't want to repeat the mistake of Twin Snakes where everyone's returned, but no one's like brought back their what how they were doing it for the first
Right.
original, which would make sense. Like, yeah, because time has passed and people's voices change a little bit, and you're gonna change
Yeah.
people's accents. But yeah, like the whole like energy and vibe from like because the first one was like pretty much like running and gunning it kind of like style where it's like we're
Yeah.
doing it like raw and gritty
Yes.
recordings
Fast and
and
loose.
yeah, very indie, very
Yep.
indie scene. So it's like, yeah, when you get to that one, it's like we're in a studio, and I imagine like your appointment times and shit, and like, all right, now do this, make it sound like that, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they did say they're using original audio recordings, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes.
You
Which
got
will
to polish
be,
that
I
up.
mean, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're going to have to AI your way into modern technology, and that's disgusting.
Ooh.
Something about that just
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel right. I don't know if it'd feel right to bring back the orders and re-record those lines, but it doesn't feel
Yeah.
right to just transplant those lines from a PlayStation 2 era into this. Because everything that they're showing and
Yeah.
say, like everything that they've shown and said so far, this isn't a PlayStation 2 era game, right? Like
No.
like I said, they're gonna update mechanics or add mechanics. They've explicitly made that clear. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you introduce that while still using old audio? I hope my
I don't
only
know.
hope, my only guess is clearly gunshots, for instance, they're not going to sound the same, right? Like you'd hope that they're not going to sound the same. We
Yeah.
have the technology to make a 9mm sound like a 9mm, but
Yeah, I can imagine it's gonna like sound like the original game. I don't even remember what it sounds like, but I'm so used to like the
bad.
new stuff where it's like that sounds like gunshots.
Yeah,
That sounds like someone shooting at me.
right. Games like Warzone
Mm,
or stuff like that where you're in a literal battlefield and
mm.
your headset is taking on every direction of that sound, and
Oh right, yeah.
that was never a thing in those old games. Like
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't fire a gun in a tunnel and it sounded like you fired a gun in a tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so how is that going to sound this time? How is the Fury's flamethrower going to sound in that
Mm.
small space that you fight him in?
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say you touched on points I completely forgot. Like, I mostly play games with headsets, so for like the new ones, like the Phantom Pain, I shouldn't say new ones, but like the modern ones considered
Right.
modern. You can actually hear when he pulls the knife out when he's ready to interrogate. You can hear that
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
So you got to do something with that too. And like you said, like with enemies, um, the Furious Flamethrower. What is the physics going to look like when you're fighting? What is it? The pain, and you're by the
Yeah.
water, and it's like my bullet's going to like hit the
You got the
water like
right. You
nice,
got
and
the
I get like
drippy
the nice.
drop. Yeah.
It's like, can I shoot from the water up? Like, how's that going to look? Can
Right.
I do that?
Because at that
Am I
point,
allowed to do
like,
that?
especially during that fight, they just did bees. Like, here's bees, and you hear
Yeah.
bees, but like you can do something more spatial with that now.
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine CQC be better. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
that was tough. I didn't that original game for the PS2, I had a tough time because my brain couldn't like figure out the CQC like method
No,
with
of
that
course not.
controller, and it just got worse throughout the whole game. Like I would try it. I end up like knocking the guards down. I'm like, well, now I gotta like trank
Yep.
him or blow his brains out right here.
Now I've, alerted everybody everywhere in the
Mm-hmm.
vicinity. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
I guess you can modernize controls, but even then that doesn't fit that game. Or you can modernize the
no.
camera more than Subsistence did, which already
Yeah.
brought it down. But are we going to look at a like over the shoulder shooter almost like Resident Evil 4 or Gears of
Mm,
War, everything else that's modern these days?
maybe,
Because not very
possibly.
many games do the free 3D
Mm-hmm.
camera like that anymore, right? Like
Mm-mm.
if you're turning your camera in the game, likely your character is turning with you.
Mm-hmm.
Or my favorite instance of you always have a gun out. So and of course Metal Gear never really fully did that, but modern games, you always have a gun out. So when you want to zoom in and look at something, you're looking down the crosshairs of your gun. Like
Right.
they have to find a way to break that, and maybe Metal Gear can do it more immersively. But that's the fun thing about The Last of Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially The Last of Us Part Two, is it wants you to take in this whole area around you as a lived-in space, but you're always pointing your pistol or your arrow or your rifle at something to look
Yeah.
at something.
I mean, once this game hits, I can only imagine there's going to be like The Last of Us people going like, "Well, this game is good, but it's not like Last of Us. Last of Us is
Yeah.
a masterpiece in storytelling."
Yeah. Hey, we had this
Right?
masterpiece in storytelling years ago. Yeah.
I couldn't believe I read that. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Did
I
you
mean,
play games before Last of
yeah.
Us? Like, there's
Yeah.
plenty of games with like great storytelling."
And if Kojima could have had his wet dream and made a TV show out of any Metal Gear Solid game back in the day, he would have done it for every one of them.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I am. I mean, we're a while out from it. I'm
Mm,
cautiously optimistic. I hope they can
yeah.
do it right. Like a teaser trailer of a mood setting is basically what we've got, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
see. I mean, I'm not gonna put the kibosh on it yet. I want to see what it turns out to be. Obviously, they remade Resident Evil 4, which was, also claimed to be a masterpiece like Metal Gear Solid 3. And Metal Gear Solid 4 remake is Metal Gear Solid 4 remake. Resident Evil 4 remake, that one is incredible. I mean, that is an astounding game. So I only
Mm,
hope that they can capture lightning in a bottle at Konami and not just Capcom.
I mean, Konami's gonna do like with that maybe Silent Hill 2,
Yeah,
like that one, because the whole like I think they're realizing, oh, look over there with Capcom and the horror, like they're
right,
really, getting not getting on the ground, but like cashing in basically.
right.
So they're like, let's get some of that money. So I mean,
Well, and for that series, like for
yeah,
Bloober Team, especially to come through and do it, to my recollection, the only third person even at that point
mm,
game was The Medium, and that was
mm,
I didn't really finish it. I played
mm,
the first Layer of Fears game. That was great, but then I
yeah,
tried Blair Witch Project, not what I wanted. The Medium,
mm-hmm,
not what I wanted. I'm nervous for those fans as a guy who never fully dug into Silent Hill, and obviously through Twitter you see a lot of
yeah,
apprehension towards both this remake and the studio doing it, but hopefully they put their faith in the right place. And like
mm-hmm,
seeing that the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is being handled a lot in house or people that worked on 5
yeah.
specifically. You have to be hopeful that it's in good hands.
Well, I'm trying to remember this thing. I think they're doing like a split, like a 50-50 split where I don't know, Konami's like probably overseeing what's the
Right.
studio, Virtuoso or Virtuous? No, it's not
Yes.
Virtuous.
Virtuoso, I think sounds right.
Virtuoso.
Shit, it could be virtuous.
I
Man.
was gonna say, like, if you pick
Be
a
too on the
studio,
nose.
if you picked a studio fucking Virtuous, I was like, wow, like talk about that. Like, what are you gonna change like a slight dialogue? You're like, did you say
Right.
Virtuous Studio?
No, I said virtuoso. Well, it's
Oh
like
my
whenever
god.
what Rockstar did that Grand Theft Auto trilogy in there,
Mm,
and they handed it off to the Grove Street, which is like the San Andreas, big road. But they did all their mobile games, so it would
yeah.
not surprise me if it is virtuous, just to be, like I said, very on the nose and very on brand for what they're trying to go for.
And but pretty much like I do like that we're getting all the not all, but like here's volume one,
Right.
here's 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 was kind of taken away.
Yeah.
One, if you really want to play one, you can go on GOG and get it right now. You don't have to wait,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And it's going to be the same one, I think, for the
Yeah.
collection.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be that HD collection version.
and
Yeah.
it's cheaper compared to
Yeah.
like I think this is like $60 for like
Yep.
two games that already should have been still out,
$10.
but taken away because of the whole
Yeah.
licensing bullshit. Then you got a couple of graphic novels. You got some what is it? Because of 3, you still get the ports for Metal Gear 2, which you already had
Right.
before if you have the physical copy.
Yep.
And
And what they're adding in the
trying to think.
graphic novels, they're adding in the
Yeah.
2 digital novels,
Yep.
and I feel like a timeline thing,
There's a
uh,
timeline thing, yeah.
and then all of the original soundtracks.
I think if you pre-order it, you get like some bonus music tracks, which I could already get right now
Right.
through
Yeah.
the
Thanks
internet
Spotify.
and
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a crazy package. Then and then for them to offer each game individually for $20. Right. So
I
you
knew
can
that was going to happen.
Yeah, so you can buy
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 separately for $20 each, or you can just buy the package
Hmm.
for, $60. So
Hey.
what are you, unless you really just only exclusively want to
Hmm.
play MGS1 on your Switch,
Hmm.
that's not a good deal for
No.
anybody.
And like right now, I have my PS3. I still play these games right
Yeah,
now, but the problem is with this PS3, it's starting to break down. Like my HDMI is
yeah,
getting a little wonky, and so I was like, now you got me by the balls.
right.
The technology of the past is starting to deteriorate, and now it's like, all right, well, I'm going to choose. Well, I'm choosing physical first of all. I'm not going to go back to digital. Yeah, I
Nope.
learned that mistake from last time. All right, I'm not. You're not getting me again.
Yeah, no,
And
not
so
on
like
those old ones.
and so I'm like, yeah, I gotta shell out $60
Yep,
for something I already have. And I was like, yeah, because eventually my PS3 is gonna like just completely break
die.
down.
Yeah,
And I'm like, that's it. Gotta move on.
You got to find those garage sales, man. We went to one locally here, and there was one garage sale that had probably two or three PlayStation 3s with controllers and all plug like all cords, and then two or three 360s. It's like, Jesus, man, you're just hoarding this stuff, and you'll make a bank off of it.
I kind of learned it from other people I've talked with and also from the social media. Pawn shops.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can hit it just right with pawn shops, and I wouldn't have thought of it. Like I got several near me, and it's usually like, we buy gold, or like,
Yeah.
want
Oh, they'll buy consoles.
you need cash quick. Come over here.
Right.
So now I'm like, maybe I should go into a pawn shop just to look
Yeah.
around and see, like, okay, what do you got? Sword, gun, PlayStation 3.
PlayStation
Oh,
3,
Metal Gear
yeah.
Solid. Cool. Wait a minute. Sword, gun, PlayStation, and Metal Gear here. It's like
sounds
someone's
like sounds like a good spot to be.
But I mean, most of that stuff is already in the Legacy collection. But like I said before, that's old technology. You want to
Yeah.
go towards, and you want to get more people. You want to get new people to like take a look at this whole collection. Like, oh wow, like look at all these games. Like
Right.
this series has been around for that long. You got kids these days who like probably think like what they think about Metal Gear Solid. They probably only know it through like probably Rising Revengeance.
Ground Zeroes, all that.
Yeah.
Yep. Give me one second here.
Yeah, go ahead.
And cats.
Meow. I decided to go like meow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, you want to get new people. You want to get new blood, fresh new blood to like come in and like, hey, I'll spend my money on these games.
Right. Well, and I'm curious how the people that want, because everybody wants a volume 2, right?
Yeah.
And our only guess for volume 2 is 4 will finally jump.
Hopefully.
But yeah, right. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But then what do you put in 4? Because people also expect Ghost Babel. And I feel like that might be a push, because like 4, that game has literally never made a console jump in any way.
No.
Like they could have had the chance with 4 or 5 to say, also, what do they do whenever they combine 4 or both 5? So Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain, right?
Oh, like the complete collection.
Yeah. So at that point, you'd almost think that they could have said, hey, we have Ghost Babel. We have this game. We have this Game Boy game, right? That nobody has access to anymore. We can do it now. And they didn't. And that's, it's not like Kojima was, tacked as like, he wasn't tacked to a wall making Ghost Babel.
Yeah. And I want all these games, like the hard games, like the ones that are like stuck on consoles, to be re-released, because I'm tired of like looking for them online and then just getting utterly like price gouged because they're nowhere. Like for Ghost Babel, well, that's stuck on, what was the Color?
Yeah.
That's all they can get, unless I become a pirate and just go straight into emulation.
Right.
I'm teetering towards that. Like before this announcement, I was like diving in, like, I am just gonna emulate every single title I can think of.
Yeah.
That's what
I've tried to walk down that road, and it just never, not that it ethically never felt not right. It just, because I'm going to be the guy that says fuck Nintendo. Sometimes you have to do what you need to do to get a catalog, but at the same time, especially given the technology of any emulator, you don't get that tactile feel, right? Like I don't want to WASD my way through Ghost Babel or any of the Metal Gear Solid games. That just doesn't feel right to me. Like I downloaded an emulator on my phone and downloaded like NFL Blitz and Jackie Chan Stuntmaster. Like Jackie Chan Stuntmaster, literally a game that just came and went, stuck on the PlayStation 1, is never going to see anything. And then I try to press the little buttons holding my phone horizontally, and I'm like, this just doesn't feel right. This just isn't what it was. Because so people want Ghost Babel, and then they want Acid. People want Acid.
Yeah.
Put that big black letters right there. People want Acid.
I've never played it. Have you?
I played Acid on a friend's PSP, and I could tell you it was not the game for me at that time, and I don't know if it will be the game for me now. But
Mhm.
would I give it a shot if it were in a volume 2 of this collection? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so like, what is left for like volume two? Like, we're gonna do like put all like
You
you could
got
probably
you
the,
got
the
four
yeah.
four Ghost Babel,
Yep.
Acid 1, Acid 2,
Yep.
Portable Ops.
Oh yeah.
And okay, so you got 5 right there, right?
Hmm.
So is that volume 2? And then I guess volume 3 would be 5 and Peace Walker. Like
Yeah.
both
You
parts
could
of
do
5
that
and Peace Walker.
in Revengeance.
Yeah, I
You could
guess, yeah,
repackage it
Revengeance would be good, yeah.
because
And
that's
the
what.
problem with
Yeah.
Revengeance, though, is
Uh-huh.
Konami published it while Platinum developed it,
Hmm.
right? So then you're looking at a lot there. But people, I don't see this going past 2. But
Hmm.
if we're sticking with what we've got now, which is technically 5 games, even though 2 of them were ports on one subsistence, right?
Yeah.
And Acid and Portable Ops never hit anything else. Metal Gear Solid 4 never hit anything else.
Nope.
Or do they go 4 Ops, Peace Walker, 5? And if you can get any part
Mhm.
of 5 to run on a Switch without cloud gaming, good luck.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Like, the servers, you're gonna keep them open still, or I don't know, move them somewhere else to another server?
Yeah, so we can only
Yeah.
assume now that Metal Gear Solid Online
Hmm.
1 as part of subsistence is not a part of this.
Yeah, no, I can't see it.
Because how are
Especially,
you you're gonna run 3 servers? You're gonna run Xbox, PlayStation,
mm,
and Switch. While on
but
Switch, you need a freaking friend code to get anywhere.
can you imagine, like, hey, I'm trying to play with you on MGO on Switch. Like, can I get your friend code and we can
Yeah,
like buddy up?
right. It's gonna
That's
have to run through like Epic Games or something to be able to communicate with anything.
did the Masters Collection, the Volume One, is Snake's Revenge on that?
I thought that's what I saw.
I thought
Let's.
that's what I saw too when I had the picture, and I have the picture, and I'm gonna look at the picture because yes, Snake's Revenge.
Jeez.
Wow. Well, that leads me to believe you're gonna put every single thing that has to deal with Metal Gear.
Yeah.
So you gotta survive.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's favorite Metal Gear.
That could be part of a collection where they'll promote online playing if they'll contribute to that.
Yeah.
If they'll say like we'll dedicate servers for the collection so people can play
Oof.
online. Come and join for an event on Survive.
So bad.
Like, you want to see the Shago Hut? Here's the Shago Hut. You want to
Here's
see
the
the
Shago
Rex?
Hut.
Here's the Rex.
Yeah. Just a big 3D museum. Yeah. Looking at the PlayStation Network listing, you've
Yeah.
got Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2,
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear Solid, including VR missions and special missions.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty HD Collection version, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD Collection version, Metal Gear again, Nintendo Famicom version, Snake's Revenge, and then regional versions will receive Metal Gear Solid Digital Graphic Novel,
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Digital Graphic Novel, and then a digital book of MGS Screenplay, MGS Master Book, MGS2
Mm-hmm.
Screenplay, MGS2 Master Book, MGS3 Screenplay, MGS3 Master Book, and then Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2 Screenplay, and Metal Gear 2 Master Book.
So wait a minute. When they say screenplay book, do they mean like an actual screenplay? Like what?
That would be my assumption. So you'll
Yeah.
get every bit of dialogue is written in
Mm-hmm.
screenplay format.
So for Metal Gear Solid 2, it should be like interior, Solid Snake in locker masturbating furiously.
Yeah, yeah.
Codec call comes in.
In locker, poster right in front of Snake, kissing poster. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
going to be
God.
interesting.
Yeah. That's like when I imagine like what you call it a screenplay book. I
Yeah,
imagine like you use those words screenplay. And I'm very surprised about the VR thing. Like that could have been a separate entry to piss people off, like the whole
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the one with the Gray Fox
yep,
picture. And I was like, because I was thinking to myself, like, I don't see that. Like, where is that? And I was like, oh yeah, they're including it with one, so it's integral
right,
basically.
yeah,
Which that freaked me out when I streamed that game because I didn't have a second controller port, and I was so used to that. And
yeah.
it took the game to actually I died like probably like 15 times. And the game called me and the colonel was like, use the keyboard. And I was like, how the fuck were I supposed to know that? Like, yes, I'm playing on a computer on an
Yeah,
Xbox controller, but I'm not a fucking mind reader.
no,
It's like you could have said that like in the beginning with like, this is Psychomantis, like he's a psychic. He's gonna read your controller. Use the
yeah.
keyboard.
He's gonna read your entire hard drive and tell you what you've downloaded on
You've been on Pornhub.
it. X videos red. Yeah. And I think even when I played it on PlayStation 3, what like you have to hold the home button and
Yeah,
then it pops up the menu and then you have to select your controller port. Yeah. And I feel
yeah.
like even that
Which
was
that's
finicky whenever I played it last time.
they could have just taken that shit out and be like, go blow up the statues or something. I forgot what it was. Like you gotta
Right.
do something with the statues.
Go
That's what I
shoot the
remember.
pictures, go shoot the statues. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and as much as it would be great for them to introduce like twin snakes into this collection, they
Yeah.
will. Silicon Knights has since shuttered, right?
Yeah. They're
And they
gone.
went and did. They went and made that like Twin Snakes and
Mm.
Eternal Darkness, and then they threw their entire lot into like Two Human, and I think Two Human
Mm.
on 360 is the one that like shuttered them because
Yeah.
they wanted it to be that big
They
360 trilogy thing. And that never happened.
it's like those like when you see documentaries now, or like not documentaries, but like shows about like, hey, remember the bubble boom
Yeah,
of like tech industry?
yeah,
Check out all these characters, like, and see how they failed. I feel like that's what happened with them. They put way too
pretty
much
much.
money into this game
Yeah,
that didn't pay off. Like, all right, well,
yep. And every time that there's an Xbox press conference, people are like,
mhm,
"Too human." No, it's not going to happen. This bastard's just hanging out back here. Um, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, especially for this to
mhm,
be this collection and Delta to be
mhm.
accessible on everything in the same way that Phantom Pain was.
Yeah,
He hears his human. He's got to
he
run
wants
out.
out.
But I mean, even for it to be shown at what the Sony press conference and then
Yeah.
the Metal Gear Solid collection to be announced there and then shown at a Nintendo press conference
Hmm.
where again it started on NES or the Famicom, and then the only other time in modern
Yeah.
history that it touched was Twin Snakes. Like
Mm,
this has not been there in years.
yeah.
And I,
Yeah.
I do
Mhm.
feel a little bit of sadness knowing that that collection trailer put a lot of emphasis on
Mhm.
three.
Yes. It's all three
It's
leading
all
up to
three.
Delta. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it
Like
is.
we get it. You're remaking it. But guess what? You're not remaking Delta for the Switch.
Hmm.
And unless Nintendo pulls something completely out of left field
Hmm.
for their next console, it would likely not be able to run a Delta like
Hmm.
game.
Yeah, because what was it for the Switch? They have like control, but it's like streaming control. It's like not
Right.
really in
Yeah.
your
A lot of the
system.
Switch is,
Yeah,
Resident Evil. Did they do Village? I know they did. Resident Evil 7 was
I believe
cloud
so.
streaming. Hitman 2016 was cloud
Hmm.
streaming. And that was a lot of the questions that I'd seen for even Arkham Knight. Like, are you
Yeah,
going to expect this console to push Arkham Knight or will it use cloud streaming?
especially with the whole like Batmobile missions. My Xbox One crashed multiple
Yeah.
times on that.
Oh, yeah.
And it just because it's just so much, like it would be like I'm driving along, and literally just I had like two cars just careen into me and then start a
Right.
fight. I was like, what happened? Like, freeze. I'm like,
Done.
fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's the end of that. Like, restart.
Which is fine because the Batmobile missions in Arkham Knight were garbage.
Ugh.
Least favorite
Ugh.
part of that game, man. Kind of like a not Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. If you
Mhm.
give me a horse, I'm not going to use it. I don't
Yeah.
want, I'll run everywhere. I don't care if it takes me twice as
Mm.
long. I will run everywhere. Same with Arkham Knight. Like
Yeah,
I will zip line my way around this city. I
it was
don't
faster.
care.
It was faster that
It was
way.
faster and it
Yeah.
felt better.
I feel like Batman. Like I'm soaring in the sky with like my cape.
Right.
I'm like, I'm Batman. Watch out,
Batman.
bad guys.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Phantom Pain. I didn't hardly use my horse.
Yeah, because
I
it
stole a
just you
truck
just
or
run
I just
everywhere.
ran.
Yeah, and then if you use a truck or the horse, you're going to alert people faster. Blah blah. Like
Mhm.
it just felt better to run around on foot. This isn't Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto. I don't need a car.
Ugh,
So
I
I'm
don't know.
excited for Volume 1.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously excited for Delta, right? Like it's easier to
Mhm.
be excited for Volume 1. We've bought these games time
Mhm.
and time again, but we know these games. And as much as we know Delta because it's Metal Gear Solid 3,
Yeah.
we really don't know what we're signing up for.
No.
Like
No.
we know that it's going to be a third person
Yeah.
stealth tactical espionage game, but what does that look like in the modern age of 2024 or
Mhm.
2025? I mean, with how games get pushed these days. Because Konami's not really putting out things aside from what
Yeah.
soccer games, and I even feel like they may have skipped the last couple of years on those. I'm not up on my PES. I don't know. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Konami can do. And then like we said before,
Mhm.
is our intention now being Konami to push forward this series? Do you do Metal
Yeah.
Gear Solid 6 or do you just continue remaking these games in a pseudo chronological order?
That's probably. I mean, that's probably the safe route is remake the games, especially if you know there were sellers in the past. And you're thinking like, well, it might sell. It'll sell again. We're just gonna reimagine it
Right.
with the new people so they can see like, something that's like, if you're gonna do one, that's like, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a huge leap
Yeah.
from the previous one, especially if not many people play Twin Snakes. Maybe and a lot of people did buy a GameCube,
Right.
or you get a Wii as well. But like still not a lot. There are people out there who are not Nintendo people.
Yeah. Of
You know,
course. I mean, of course if you have a Wii, you can go and buy Twin Snakes at a pawn shop
yeah.
and pop it into that thing and go. But who's still hanging on to those and who is still, because
Mhm.
last time I looked, Twin Snakes is still going for $70+ depending on where you're
Mhm.
looking. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not a cheap game. Because I remember a few years ago when I broke my ankle, was off work, and was in my eBay era and was like,
Mm.
cool, there's a GameCube for like $40. Got that, grabbed some other games. What's Twin Snakes? Twice what I paid for that GameCube. Like,
No.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
Shit. Yeah. I was gonna say that what was it, like the alternate cover, like the red one? I
Yeah.
remember seeing that for like I think $150.
Oh yeah, man.
And I was
It
like,
is
no, thank you.
ludicrous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's hard to believe that there's that much demand from fans because clearly fans push back against what the Twin Snakes was.
Yep.
But you still have those fans that are the collectors, right? Like
Oh, right.
I
Yeah.
was surprised whenever I had a remnant of my PlayStation 2 collection, and seemingly the only game that I really held over was Metal Gear Solid 2.
Mm.
Like how I held on to that all those years ago, I have no idea because I traded in everything for a PlayStation, or not for a PlayStation, for a 360,
Hmm.
but somehow still had just one copy of Metal Gear Solid 2. Scratched the shit,
Hmm.
but I mean, that was the time. That was the pre-Blu-ray era where everything scratched if you looked at it.
Oh yeah, and it played usually it played pretty well.
Yeah,
I usually had the skip doctor just like buff the shit out of it
right.
sometimes if it
Yeah.
got really bad. But
Yeah,
oh
we had one of those things that was like the Walkman basically with a crank on it with the
oh
buffer
yeah,
thing. Yeah, the buffer pad. Yeah.
yep, that's the
Crank
one.
it out.
I remember having to tilt my GameCube upside down on its side. I did it for the PlayStation, where for some reason these systems, like if you flipped them upside down,
Right.
it played the disc better. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just something I learned from like other people, word of mouth. Like, hey,
Oh
flip the
yeah.
system over, it'll definitely play that disc that's scratched the holy shit.
Makes no sense, but physics, man.
Uh, I mean, for Delta, like since it got released, the trailer, all the people like started dissecting it like as like a Zapruder
Right.
film. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What are you talking about? I heard one guy going about how the parrot was gonna follow you the whole entire game to track
Yeah.
you down, so the end would know where you were at all
Oh
times.
God, that's
And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, like, how do you come to that conclusion? Because you see it in the trailer flying. It's a
Right.
bird. Birds are
Yeah.
meant to fly,
Yeah.
just
So
like
does
the
that
other
mean
animals.
yeah, so that alligator's also gonna pursue me the entire time?
So I have to like run zigzag, not a straight line if I'm getting
Yeah.
chased.
Right.
Like, oh fuck.
No mud puddles for me. Well, and what? Somebody quickly found that during the
Mhm.
scene with the bird, there was also the Shagohod off in the distance.
Oh my yeah, with the lightning strike, they're like, that's the
Right.
Shagohod. And I'm like, first of all, like I need glasses, and like I'm looking at my screen, and I'm like, I don't need like I can see it looks like a smudge. Like I can
Yeah.
see the shape, but it
Yeah.
looks like a smudge. Like, all right, you say the Shagohod, it's going away. That's the omen. Oh no, they're taking away the Shagohod. I'm like, okay, what? We knew
Metal
that
Gear Solid
already.
fans, man. We're all about it. Like you said, it's the
Mhm.
Zapruder film where we're just back here examining the grassy knoll to see what we can find, if anything. Yeah.
I mean, what I know, what I can guarantee, like 100%, that if Konami fucks up on the remake, Kojima is just gonna fucking have his drafts already ready, set to go to
Yeah.
annihilate the shit out of the remake.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure he already does. Like him and Jeff Keighley
Mhm.
probably already have
Oh,
their statements ready to
yeah.
go.
Oh my God. He was like Skullface after that showcase. He was yelling into the Twitter space,
Yeah.
who's the developer? Who?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Man,
calm
just
down.
give it a rest. We get it. We know. We learned this, what, 8 years ago now, that Konami maybe wasn't the best to Kojima and maybe vice
Mhm.
versa. Like, we got it. We know.
Yeah. I mean, out of those two, it's like they're like the bad boys, but Jeff Keighley is Martin Lawrence's character.
Yes.
That's what I can think about because like the way he behaves towards his boy
Oh,
Kojima is
yeah.
like, don't
Just
disrespect
loud.
him.
Yep.
Uh,
And I mean, obviously, Kojima still holds love
mm,
for this franchise.
yeah.
Like, he'll talk about this franchise as much as anything else, as much as every movie he's seeing or every meal that he's eating on Twitter. Like,
Yep.
he is still talking about Metal Gear Solid weekly or daily,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Hmm.
he's not quiet about it.
Yeah.
He knows it's his franchise. He knows
Hmm.
it's his baby. And just because his baby moved into a separate apartment, right? Like,
Yeah,
he's not gonna
exactly.
he as much as he's had to disown it
Hmm.
forcibly, he's not ready to let go. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what's hard to come to terms with all these years later is that Kojima was done every game. He
Hmm.
was done with heavy air quotes, done with every game. But clearly he loves what he did. He
Hmm.
loves this franchise that he made.
Oh yeah. I mean, with the tweets that we see now, like because
Yeah,
they're all so accessible now. Back in the
right.
day, you had to read about that in like news articles in game
Yeah,
magazines.
right.
Now you can see it, as
In
soon as
real
they
time.
send it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the everything that he shares about the series. What he kind of intertwines in his personal life, what was going
Yeah.
on during that time as well. And I mean, I can only imagine like it's probably bittersweet. Like, yes, you're happy that you're moving on to your own projects, but maybe a little like bitterness because you're kind of like you're seeing that Konami's going out of its way to kind of like, yeah, we all know, the fans know the man behind the series,
Right.
but they're kind of going on the way to like not have that name shown.
Yeah. Yeah. They're trying to
Hmm.
obfuscate the truth in one way or another and
Hmm.
just dance around that. As much as it's a Konami product,
Yeah,
it was a Kojima production, right? Like,
exactly.
it doesn't matter if you're still using the Fox engine that wasn't Konami's doing.
Hmm.
But like with the RE engine from Capcom, they're going to keep feeding off of it because they know they have something golden.
Hmm.
Like, that RE engine now runs almost every Capcom game, right? Like, even Street Fighter 6 runs off the RE engine.
Hmm.
And if Konami hadn't shat the bed 8 years ago, they could have continued on and used that engine until the day it died.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, what Kojima's using the Decima system
yeah.
from Gorilla, like for the like Horizon games. I mean, Konami could have ran with that. They could have used every ounce of funding that they had to continue making games under that engine. Because it's not like
Yeah.
clearly like Kojima didn't go on to take the Fox engine with him, right?
No.
Otherwise, Death Stranding would have been built on that. So instead, they had to find an engine and use it. And here we are looking at Death Stranding 2 running off of that engine while his baby is being remade, likely in the, I don't know, maybe the gallows or the casket even of what he made.
Oh,
his studio made.
Yeah. I mean, they barely use that engine. Like, they use it for like maybe like 1 year for a soccer game, maybe, or two. But I didn't see it anywhere else. I didn't see it. I don't even know what the hell they were doing, to tell you the truth, Konami, other than, you know, Silent Hill and Metal Gear, and that's about it. Like,
yeah, they had Silent Hill, Metal Gear, Castlevania, PES, some license that clearly lapped with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, and then you have like those mobile games, like tons of mobile games,
right?
Which
whatever the hell that amounts to.
I don't know who's playing it. Like, I like to see who's playing it.
No, you'd almost think that if they really wanted to keep that series alive for this long and resurrect it 8 years later now via a remake, that they would have just dropped acid on mobile. That was maybe the wrong context to say that in.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah.
they would have put Metal Gear Solid Acid on cell phones or something, you know, somewhere that it would have like lived its mobile portable life like a PSP or something.
They dabbled in mobile before. They've had the Metal Gear Touch, Metal Gear Solid Touch, which was, I don't know, that didn't really look so good, but I mean, they've done it before. It's not like they've never done mobile games,
right?
You know, it's something they could have like done with, dabbled with it, experimented.
Yeah. Well, and I think they're terrified almost to dabble with these remakes so much because they know what they had originally was such a touchstone in both like gaming and media at the time. So that's maybe their reason for sticking with the original audio. But if you do that with one, it's going to sound incredibly outdated, right?
Yeah.
If you do that with two, not only you'd have to expand those maps in two, right? Like you can't drop a remake of Metal Gear Solid 2 or 1 in that isometric view.
No,
it's just not going to work. It won't appeal. And especially if you're running off of old voice acting, it's going to feel even more outdated. I think 3 was obviously the choice, you know, because it at least had a 3D camera added to it. 1 and 2 never did. 4 did, but 4 is stuck in hell, essentially. Our favorite kind of hell, PlayStation 3 hell. But until they can do that and push it onto something else, it'll be interesting. And then is 4 going to see a modern view on it? You know, everybody hated those long cutscenes. That last cutscene is infamously long. Like Guinness Book of World Records, infamously long. Can people do that these days?
Are they going to give cliff notes?
Right. Are you going to give us like the Metal Gear Solid 4 screenplay and master book to be able to sit through this?
Oh my god.
Will they introduce a fast forward button?
I mean, you got to introduce, well, for not one fast forward. Imagine for Delta, you got to introduce some type of like fast travel. That they kind of had like with the cardboard boxes, but now you have to actually do something with that.
Yeah. And especially knowing that there are parts of that game that, and 1 and 2 similar, like if you use that cardboard box magic later in the game, you go back to something and there's something different there that people, unless they're heavily dedicated, would never see.
Oh, right.
it's a tough spot. I mean, they've put themselves in a tough spot because there is the expectation that there will be more.
Yeah, because now everyone's clamoring and saying like, now we're gonna get more. Now we're gonna get what everyone else is getting.
Yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy 16 just came out, or didn't just come out, comes out
Mhm.
tomorrow, I think.
22nd.
Yeah. So tomorrow, yeah. And then, I mean, that game's still just out there and reinventing itself. You'd almost think
Mhm.
under separate directors, under separate leadership and everything of that, that they could have just kept Metal Gear Solid going.
Yeah, you're right. We basically wasted all this time and potential money making for I don't know what.
Yeah,
Like what was it? Yeah.
what they almost should have done for this remake
Hmm.
is just call it Metal Gear Delta.
Yeah, take out Snake Eater.
Yeah,
Don't put that underneath it.
because then you know that you're open to a new
Hmm.
retelling, a new franchise. I mean, you wouldn't even have to do a retelling,
Yeah.
but you can't imagine, like I said, like if they went chronologically, they're not going to go from this to Metal Gear,
Mm-mm.
right? Because
Yeah.
then Konami would actually have to hire voice
Somebody.
actors, put some money into it,
Hmm.
do mocap. When in this, I'm sure they're going to redo some mocap, or they'll just find ways to modernize those cutscenes. But a full-on, straight up, soup to nuts Metal Gear remake or
Hmm.
Metal Gear sequel is going to cost Konami more than they probably like to spend,
Yeah,
because they know that
yeah.
they have a gut punch right now. They have the nostalgia gut punch. They have
Mm.
the best game in the series. I'm going to put air quotes about that because I don't fully agree with it.
Mm.
But they know that they are tapping into a market with a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that they wouldn't have had they remade 1, had they remade
Hmm.
2, had they straight up remade Metal Gear from the ground. They targeted 3 specifically because they knew that if they put the money into it,
Hmm.
it would come back to their pockets tenfold.
Oh, yeah, because
Because they're going to charge $70 for this thing, right?
that, yeah, I imagine
Like
so. And
they're going to
whatever
charge
collector's
70.
edition comes with it.
Yeah. So they're going to put $60 master collections out
Hmm.
along with a $70 remake.
Hmm.
And then what is likely going to be volume 2 at
Hmm.
$60. So right there, they have $190 from fans.
Yeah.
No questions asked. And we're going to gladly give it because we just want
We
Metal Gear.
want games. We've been asking for it for such a long time now, especially for something new. Well, not really new, but now you're going to reimagine
Yeah.
the third one, which everybody does say is the best one. I enjoy it. I like it. I don't say it's the best one. Everybody that knows me knows that it I don't think it's the best one.
Right.
It's a split for me between 2 and 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
More on the 2 because I did enjoy the whole ruse switching of the characters.
Yeah.
I enjoy that a lot. A lot of fans were really pissed off about that, but I don't care about that.
Hey, fuck them.
But for Delta, you're right. They're in a corner. If you do a remake of Metal Gear 1, the old, the MSX one, so that leads me to believe are you gonna get David back for Solid Snake? Or
Right.
are you just gonna use what you did with Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes and just reuse Kiefer's lines and
Yeah.
port it into that? Because I can't imagine like you got to go get him again because that'll probably take money too. Because he probably
Oh, yeah.
asked for like a crazy amount of money for a little amount of time work right
Well,
there.
as much as I can see, this man's probably close to retirement, like from acting. I don't know what
Oh
Kiefer
yeah,
Sutherland has been in lately, but I'm sure he's sitting on some cash.
oh yeah.
And if you're going to use him again, he's going to
Mm-hmm.
once again aim for as little dialogue for as
Yep.
big of a paycheck as possible. And I mean, with parts of Metal Gear, you're going to have to do some rewriting.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to introduce modern controls, modern mechanics. Like I said, they would have to hire legitimate voice actors to do
Yeah.
the things that people would expect from a Metal Gear game. You're going to have to
Mhm.
pay somebody to say press the action button. And it's not like that costs $10 to do, right? So this obviously, not even obviously, I can assume that Delta is probably projecting well, will sell well, and then it would be remiss to expect that that franchise is just going to die right there.
But that's what I'm thinking.
But it's hard to expect them to go, and there's a lot of comparisons that I'm making to Capcom, right? Because they're obviously revitalizing and still moving forward on a franchise of theirs through Resident Evil. So while they remade 2, they knew that they could go on and remake 3. And then even during the production of both those games, they said, let's remake 4. And it's hard to imagine that Konami won't take influence from that and just stop here. But in true strange Konami decision making fashion, this could be it.
Yeah. There's no guarantees.
Right. And that's what's hard to fathom right now, because you would expect a remake of 3 leads into a remake of everything else, a la Resident Evil. But 2 separate companies, 2 separate properties. Nobody ever had any controversial leaving from Capcom. I mean, they lost, Jesus, his name escapes me now, but, you know, the director of Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 4, Shimi Mikami, I can't remember. But, you know, he went on and made more of those kind of games. He went on and made Evil Within, so on and so forth. But Capcom still felt like there was breath in Resident Evil. Kojima didn't leave and make a game like Metal Gear. Like, he didn't touch anything like Metal Gear. I guess until the director's cut, which is something I still need to return to, basically. I got the mission for that. I got the objective for that new mission that they added during the director's cut for that Metal Gear-like mission, but I've not played it. I've not touched it. But I still can't imagine that it feels the same. You know, Norman Reedus, I can't imagine, is going up to walls and tapping on them because he's got 900 pounds of bullshit on his back.
Yeah.
So he's not touched it. If anything, he's just stuck with, I want to make cinema through video games with actors from Boondock Saints.
Pretty much. Like, I mean, he's gone from, what is it, Battlefield Jesus to Packages Jesus?
Yeah.
In a way. So
I don't want to be a hero. I don't want to be a son of the President of America.
Oh my god. I'm surprised you didn't say, like, president of what? Just to get the escape thing going. But even for the director's cut, it doesn't even feel like you were going like that trailer, like it's getting a little Metal Gear-y here. Check it out.
Right.
It doesn't even feel like that in the game.
I bet not.
It's still Death Stranding. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
Entirely. And
Death Stranding.
even like the second trailer, like he's just putting just influences from the past.
Right.
That he's worked on to, like, kind of like not please, but appease the fans. Like, hey, look, remember remember Metal Gear back in the day? Well, now this is Death Stranding.
Yeah. Metal Gear. BB.
Remember when Snake was masturbating furiously in the locker? Well, now we got Norman, and he doesn't want you to look at his dick. We got Sam. He doesn't want to look at his dick. I said Norman.
Right. He doesn't want to masturbate. He just wants to pee on things.
I don't even say his character's name. I always go like, I gotta take Norman to point A to point B.
Right. Yeah. I have to go fight Mads Mikkelsen in Vietnam. Yeah. I mean, nobody's memorable in those games in the sense that they're memorable, but not by name. You know, or they're so obvious you forget it. Like Mama, cool. That's a good name.
Yeah.
That's very on the nose. Fragile, very on the nose. I mean, but especially this far removed, I don't recall much of those characters.
Mm-mm.
Do I recall saving in Metal Gear Solid 3 and getting 1960 Cinema Talk with the medic? Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. But as for cross chatter with fragile but not that fragile is just not there.
Mm-mm. You got emails.
Yeah.
Just emails and upon email. It's like this is just too close to real life.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with emails in real life. I don't want to deal with it in video
No.
games.
You know, if people stuck with what they did in Death Stranding, just highlight your point in yellow. I'll
Yeah.
read that. I got it. Whatever bullshit chuffa you have, black text, you want the point, highlight it in yellow.
Mhm.
Got it.
I'm pretty sure the Metal Gear fans are wondering for if there's going to be a premium package with a statue. How rip is that naked snake going to be, and how
Oh, dude,
naked
he's
would
going
it
to be
be?
shredded. He's going to be shredded like a julienne salad. It's going to be unreal. I mean, I just, and you know, they're gonna, because of course they're gonna. And they're going to give you a statue, and you're probably going
Yeah.
to get the soundtrack. And then you're
Mhm.
probably going to get like 19 different special camos that don't do shit in the game because you can't
Exactly.
find the right tree to lean against. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because they're going to find ways to make money.
Oh, oh my God! They're just leaving you how the Phantom Pain was with like micro transactions.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be like that, but with camo. I
yeah,
imagine
right.
that's the only thing I can think of.
You can buy the camo that gets you 90% when leaning against the wall in the facility,
Mhm.
so on and so you can wear Rykov's face the entire game if you feel like it before you beat it. I mean, because what the hell was it? Like if you had the
Mhm.
PlayStation 2 broadband connector and you plugged into it, you could get made custom skins. I don't imagine they're going to bring that back,
No.
especially in this game. You're gonna get like a bunch of dicks on your face, or 420 69 69 Goku Vegeta 420. I mean, it's gonna be a bunch of random shit. I mean,
Uh, that just reminded me, like, I'm surprised, like, there's not a fucking Solid Snake or Naked Snake skin in Fortnite.
that's
I'm
true.
surprised they
I
didn't
bet it will
license it
come
out.
though.
Yeah.
Like now with this coming out, you're gonna get Naked Snake, you're gonna get
Hmm.
Solid Snake, you'll probably get Venom. I mean, that way you've got the tank. It's gonna come somewhere in there. Jesus. Excitement in the house right now. Good Lord, my wife's like, "Do you want a burger?" My daughter's boyfriend's here, and then my wife's mom is leaving. It's like, Jesus, I just wanted to go pee.
Oh boy. Boyfriend?
Yeah. Oh man. She's gonna be a sophomore this coming school year, so you know that's exciting.
Oh, goodness. Where does the time go?
Away, and it never comes back.
It's like I complain about a 2-year-old. I think
Hey,
it's gonna get
they're
worse.
worth complaining about. Like I said before, you
Mhm.
swap that stuff with attitude, and you're set for the rest of your life. It's like we're going to be out of town this weekend. And they're like, "Are we going?" No, no, you're not. We're going to a Fall Out Boy concert, just the two of us in Kansas City. You are not going.
I was gonna say, is that happening for you? What? Huh?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Oh.
we're going to Fall Out Boy on Saturday.
Mm. Nice.
Yeah, I'm totally excited. So
Yeah.
we're going to go up Friday,
Yeah.
spend the night in Kansas City. I got a friend of mine who moved up there, and then so we're gonna hotel it Friday night just to have a night of the two of us, and then Saturday we're gonna Uber to the concert and stay at his house because he's going with us. I mean, he's going to the concert with us, so
Oh,
we'll
okay.
just Uber there and Uber back. And my wife's like, "That's gonna be expensive. Like it's Kansas City to get
Mm.
anywhere. It's 20 minutes. Like it's not fast.
Mm.
We'll be fine." And plus, marijuana is legal in Missouri, and Kansas City is that perfect split. So parts of Kansas City are in Kansas, the other parts of Missouri. We'll just kind of take a 5-minute drive to the other side.
There you go. There you go. I mean, I took it all opportunity as soon as it was legal in New York. I was like, I'm taking everything.
Yes.
Give me everything you got.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Like I'm old enough now to where I don't want to smoke it. Just let me ingest it and put it in my mouth. Like that's fine.
There you go.
I mean, we've detracted ourselves from cigarettes, so I don't even want to smoke weed. If I could eat nicotine, not in like a gum, I'd be fine.
I completely What's that?
What were you gonna say?
I completely forgot. Like we kind of paused, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna like put a pin,
Right,
come back." And then I forgot. Like I heard music and weed. We were talking about weed or edibles, I should say. Like,
yep,
yeah,
the fun stuff, No, I mean we've definitely talked Delta a lot on this, and I know that last time so we're definitely signing up for another one because even last time we were like, let's talk mechanics of the games. So I think part of the discussion about 3, especially as they segue into new mechanics, is going to be interesting because 3 itself introduced so much more than 2 had, right?
Yeah.
Like in 2, you weren't trying to keep up your stamina bar or your fatigue bar, save for doing pull-ups, right?
Yeah.
Doing pull-ups and mantling across railing. And then you got Raiden, where he'd do the pretty little cartwheel back up above the railing. And then 3 added in that fatigue meter. And then what else? They added in the camo meter.
Yes.
So at least in 2, you knew if you were far enough through a person's sight line, you'd be good. And while 3 is similar to that, if your camo meter was like 5%, you'd get spotted.
Yeah.
But if you were at 80 or 90%, you could at least kind of crouch there for more than 2 seconds, right? Sooner or later, they're still going to spot you, but you had longer than a normal sight line in Metal Gear Solid 2 or 1 would have registered. Especially in Metal Gear Solid 1. Like if you were at the edge of that guard's cone, they'd be like, who's that?
Oh, yeah. Like, I think for 3, you get like, they were trying to do like they would investigate.
Right.
Like, instead of going to like alert or caution, it's just like, what's that? I don't even think they said something there, but like they would start investigating the area.
Right.
Looking, seeing if they saw something.
Whose footprints are these?
And I mean, for the new one, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are we going back to eating and healing?
Yeah, because that would be tough, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to spend that much time in a menu. I mean, that's what a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake was. Like, if you wanted to redo your whole character, you're sitting in a menu, right? And I guess that's how most games are. Diablo 4 comes to mind. Like, you want to spec your character out, you're sitting in a menu. But I don't know if that's going to be the solution for Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta or Metal Gear Solid Delta. It's going to be tough trying to find a balance between spending time in a menu every time the fear shoots you with a crossbow bolt, right? Like nobody wants to pause a game every 2 seconds because you've been punctured by a crossbow bolt.
Exactly.
And I think that's going to be a fine line for them to be able to cross, because that's not modern. But also, what do modern survival games look like? Because even then, they're all still, you have your inventory, you have your status, which is very akin to what it was all those years ago. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, because that's also part of the boss battle too. Trying to hit yourself, like,
yes, got to pull those bees out.
Yeah, I mean, the first time around wasn't really a boss battle, but it was you being basically disassembled by the boss.
Yeah.
And then thrown off the bridge.
Right. And that was probably the best implementation of that, because it felt necessary to the story. to
Mhm.
drive forward.
Yeah.
But to do that, you know, every time you fall too far off a cliff, or every time you take a gunshot, or
Mhm.
you know, you roll down the stairs because you just want to have fun and see Snake slide down the stairs. That's going to be tough.
Well, this one's got to be bigger. It's got to be bigger. It
It's
can't be as
got to be.
small as the previous one
No,
because it was still linear. Like even though they fake you by going, like, here's an alternate route, go
right,
left instead of right,
right,
kind of thing. But it was still linear. It just gave the illusion because you're in a jungle
right.
in a way. So
Yeah, in a way, you always felt like you were pressing
mm,
towards something, almost even when you felt like you were pressing towards nothing. You know, like you
yeah.
said, you could go left instead of right,
Hmm.
and then you could continue your path up through the left side, and then you're met with another junction of you can go left, right, forward.
Hmm.
But then if you keep going left, you know that there's still going to be something.
Yeah.
And are they going to go the modern route of they're going to put yellow caution tape over every box that you can destroy? I mean, God, I hope not.
No, that'd be like more like for something like if they remake 4, they'll have like the Mark II come out of nowhere, be like, break
Yeah.
this.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at that, Snake.
Here. Yeah.
That's a
Hey,
gun.
listen.
Pick it up for Drebin points.
God dang it. Yep. That game is a full economy. They could microtransaction the hell out of 4 right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Buy Drebin points, get guns,
Mhm.
get good, move on. You want a specific podcast on your iPod? $2.99.
What else? I mean, I hope they keep the tricks, like some of the tricks they had in the game from the previous one, like the whole what was it, the end thing where it's like you basically
Set your
manipulate the
clock.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you can still do that.
Right.
I don't know if they want you to.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
No, they kind of probably shun against that because then I feel like almost your console would say, "No, I'm here." The Wi-Fi says I'm in
Mhm.
this time zone.
You're right. You'll have to like tell it to like don't connect to my router, please.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Which is a nightmare because most games these days are always connected to the internet in one way or another.
And then the whole yeah, I mean, what do you know you're gonna get like videos of like if you keep it with the heal thing, you know you're gonna get videos of people having Snake puke up, but like with
Ugh.
the new one,
Yep.
and you're gonna have people like realize you can look at Ava at the end and be like, oh my god, she's got fake boobies.
Yeah. She
Kind of
can
thing.
jiggle. Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah. There are
Oh
parts of
shit.
that game that will not fly these days.
And I kind of forgot about the whole like what's her name, Rose and 4, like she jiggles.
Yep.
If you use a controller because my PS3 controller broke, so I'm using a PS4 for a PS3.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I completely forgot about it. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, oh man, if you keep that in, you'll keep those gamer boys happy. But
Oh yeah. They'll find.
I mean,
They'll
you'll
be
keep
fine.
everybody happy because there are gamer girls that are probably like that too.
Yep.
But
Well, and that'll be
I don't know.
interesting whenever they try and cross-platform with 4, right?
Yes.
Because the
Mhm.
out of the modern generation, including the Switch, the only one that doesn't have any motion is the Xbox. Like there is no motion in that Xbox controller.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know, because at
Think about
least
it
the
for a second.
4, not the 4, the 5, and as much
Mhm.
as the Dual Sense doesn't
Yeah.
utilize it much, it still has the capability to do motion.
Mhm.
And then obviously the Joy Cons, you know, they're
Mhm.
completely motion compatible. It could be good to see if on Delta if they utilize that built-in microphone in that controller.
Okay.
Because what was it? Manhunt, you know, the old Rockstar stealth, super grotesque stealth game.
Mm-hmm.
That if you were wearing a headset, you could say something into it and it would bring a guard. Like it would distract an enemy and bring them to you. So, and I can't recall if 3 did that. I don't think it did on the PlayStation 2.
I don't remember.
But it would be a good modern component, especially because a lot of people nowadays play with headsets on, right? uh, I think it'd be a good way to detract and emphasize that people do wear those.
Mhm.
And as much as somebody playing a video game might be like, oh, fuck me, I can't believe this. Guess what? Now you got 5 guards on you.
They're like, what was that noise?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll
Who said that?
search for him now.
I'm Sam too.
Like, oh, that's gonna be like hours of like fucking content. People are gonna be putting that shit online.
Yes.
Like, hey, this game can like hear you. Like,
yeah, here
check
you go.
this out.
Like Twitch streamers. Now you've got it.
I mean, it's all upside. The only downside is that if it's really shit and just they fuck it all up, I can't see them. There's too much attention, basically, being put on that studio from Konami.
Yeah.
That, like, now we're gonna like keep our eyes on everything, I imagine. And
because they've said for years that they're going to
yeah.
do it. Now they're finally doing it, and now you're in a spotlight. It is a legitimate spotlight.
I think because they ran out of IP to like kind of like reintroduce or like repackage.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, we did Ninja Turtles already. Like, all right, what's next? Let's do Silent Hill. Like, all right, good. What's next?
Castlevania. Like they have repackaged all of those 2D like Castlevania games every way but like from Sunday. I mean, you've got Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. Like they have reintroduced everything, and now they know that they have what's left is Metal Gear Solid. And like we said last time, like the total sales of Metal Gear Solid is unreal for that franchise compared to the fan base.
Oh yeah.
But probably because I don't know, I'd assume through Twitter, you follow the right accounts, you get the right algorithm. So I could assume that if you followed Castlevania accounts, Silent Hill accounts, blah blah blah, you'd get all of those. But even then, Metal Gear Solid is still their loudest franchise. Through the loudest fanboys, fangirls, all of it, it's still the loudest that they can get, because even through Lords of Shadow, that Castlevania 3D, like PlayStation 3 era game, nobody was shouting for that the same way that they were Ground Zeroes or the Phantom Pain. Probably because they felt they got ruined by Kojima, but
well, now it's
Silent Hill has what, like 3 or 4 different things coming out. They've got the 2 remake.
Yeah,
they've got, I think, 2 games. An interactive thing and the movie.
Is that the J.J. Abrams shit?
Yeah, there's some weird thing. I can't remember, but
yeah. I think there's also a clothing line.
Fuck, probably.
Which is odd.
Just pyramid headed up. Everybody can be pyramid head.
People are gonna be a rude awakening to realize, like, for 2, like, the story of that character.
Yeah.
Because there's, I mean, that's even like, for that one, was there? I think there was an HD collection, but I don't think it really, people like.
No, people don't like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they don't either buy it or it wasn't that well received, but that game is fucking old too.
Yeah, right.
And so you're gonna get new people, and I'm afraid they're gonna do the whole, they're fucking on the side of. What's his name? What's the protagonist character's name too? Is it James?
James. Yeah.
Yes. I was
James Sunderland or something like that. Yeah.
They're gonna like fucking side with him and fucking say like, I'm on his journey. He's
James
the guy.
was right.
Yeah. I'm like, no, he's not. Don't wait to the end. It's bad. It's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a Konami renaissance by any means.
No.
I mean, no matter how many how much of an IP you push out or how many remakes you push out, it's hard to believe that Konami is going to feel resurrected after all of this.
And I know they're not they don't want to spend too much money on it, but I kind of wish there would be some kind of VR for Delta.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the route to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did it for Metal Gear Solid 4 and Metal Gear Solid 4 remake. There we are with the Capcom thing again. I mean, if they just kind of keep following it through.
Exactly.
And I don't know if that's maybe the projection they hope for, is see all this revitalization through old IP that, hey, if we remake this for a modern audience, they'll love it. But
Yeah.
and you even mentioned the Metal Gear, or not the Metal Gear, the Resident Evil remake from GameCube that plays in that old isometric style. And you're going to have a split fan base there that says remake that game for a modern audience. And then you're going to have people that forget that the GameCube was 20 years ago. Like,
yeah, that's true.
We're all old as fuck.
Hey, I remember
as much as we could say, let's play that. Nobody, like, unless you're a dedicated Resident Evil fan, you're not going to go back to that game.
Nope.
I love the Resident Evil games. I tried to go back to that remake. It's not there anymore. I mean, it's just after Resident Evil 2 remake, 3 remake, especially 4 remake, it's not modern. It's not new. It's not been touched up in any way.
I was gonna say if you played 4 and you're going back to 1, it's gonna feel like as if you're playing, Phantom Pain fucking MGS.
Yes, yeah.
It's gonna be like that. You're gonna be like, holy shit, the controls are so.
It's whiplash.
They're so of that date. Like, no, even before that, it was even like it felt like it was like you just took a better PlayStation control system and gave it like polished graphics,
right?
Kind of thing. It's just it doesn't work for that series anymore, especially the way it's like going towards the way it's like being modernized.
It's over the shoulder, constant spooks, like constant atmosphere, which the first game has. The first game has atmosphere, but you don't feel it in the sense that you would now. And I know I mentioned it before, but I think that's maybe what works for Signalis.
Okay.
Because Signalis, and kind of like Metal Gear Solid 1, has that fixed camera overview, right? Whereas the Resident Evil games did the fixed camera, but would shift every time that you went around a corner, or to try and change perspective to, like, instead of up here, you're now down here looking down a hallway, which maybe worked then barely, but it definitely doesn't work now. And sort of like if they were to make a Resident Evil remake, it'd be like Delta. Like you said, you have to expand these areas. These areas are not as lived in as they were before. They don't feel as spatial as they did before. Because while Metal Gear Solid 3 had the nice jungles, unless they spruce those jungles up, you're still looking at a bush here and a bush there and a tree there, and here's some tall grass. Like, that was your map layout. So they have to find a way to liven up those spaces.
Shit, I had something in my head.
Like, it'd almost be like if they just remade Legend of Zelda, right? Like, you can't just do that and transplant it into a modern era. If Nintendo did the 2D thing like they did with Link's Awakening, you can't just drop that. Like, you have to find a way to liven it up and make the area feel like modern from a gameplay perspective, right? Because obviously, especially with the Legend of Zelda, the first game, you had no idea where the fuck you were going at any time. You'd go from tile to tile to tile. Your camera would gum over. You have no idea if you're going in the right direction. And you can't get away with that anymore. Gamers don't thrive off of that. It's not that they want exact signposting in the sense of here's yellow caution tape on a box you can break, but they at least want to feel like they're going in the right fucking direction.
I mean, we only got like a teaser trailer. That's pretty much it. I can only imagine there's not much done.
No,
there's not much work done right now.
No.
So, like, you gotta like change everything. You gotta change how things sound. How does the environment sound? You gotta change weaponry sounds.
Yep. Your foot crunching against the ground.
I play the games now on the PS3, and I can tell like the audio is like it's dated compared to comparisons of today. So you got that too. It's gotta be.
Yeah, those games weren't built for a sound bar, right?
No. Yeah, the sounds I think notoriously bad for 3.
Yeah.
especially with like when it came to, I think sound. Yeah, I think sound is notoriously bad for
Yeah.
3.
I don't know if that was by choice or by
Mhm.
time, but yeah, it all in game. A lot of it sounds compressed.
Yeah, maybe because of the whole there. It was just at the time it was too big, and you had to cut somewhere
Right.
to kind of like keep it going. Because I mean, are we gonna have the ladder? Because the ladder thing was the whole thing with the ladder was because it was loading the next
Yes.
part of the game.
Right. You'd almost think that for the latter now they'll just expand it into the full song.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a shorter trip,
Yeah. Yeah.
and what are they gonna do? It's just gonna sound like "What a Thrill," and then just gonna go
Then
the
it's
first
done.
Snake Eater, like,
Yeah.
Snake Eater, and oh, top done, go to the next part,
Found it.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Because this game will have no lows, you would think.
No, and same. I mean, same thing with like I think I'm pretty sure like wherever I'm pretty sure they were hiding loads within the cutscenes.
Right.
So whatever felt like extended or too long
Yeah.
was probably like, all right, it's loading the next thing. So
Yeah.
you don't really need that. And the whole running between, I call it stages, but like areas. That kind of like it slowed down a bit to load the next place up. Now it's going to be like more seamless, I imagine. Like you're just going to
Yeah.
go to the next part of the jungle, or like from jungle to building,
Right.
kind of thing.
Well, especially towards the end, like you're running through a tunnel and then you're jumping seamlessly into a jungle, like tunnel to jungle. That's,
I mean, the part that's probably going to look really cool is probably those hovercraft people.
yeah.
I can imagine
those explosions will feel real good.
Especially if you go on a pacifist run, like if you use a trank, they're still gonna crash.
Yep.
And I kind of wish, like, can I ride that hovercraft and just like float around?
Yeah. There's
like
your new mechanic right there.
Here's my new fast travel. I don't even know what it sounds like. I imagine like kind of like the Jetsons, like kind of thing. But I mean, the party probably is gonna be pretty cool. Like, I want it to be like just as trippy as the original, but maybe more emphasis on the sorrow. Like, I want to get like that eerie supernatural thing going. Like, let's go with that. Like, you got the survivor. Let's put a little more horror to that.
Right.
To make gamers realize that don't kill too many people.
Yeah. They'll come back. They'll haunt you on that river. And that's going to be an interesting part in itself too, because not very many gamers these days enjoy QTEs. Like they don't quick time events. And it's not that Metal Gear Solid ever utilized quick time events, but there were those cutscenes where it's, hold R1 to, to look through first person. And unless they really emphasize that in the corner, there's not going to be very many people that probably latch onto that. It's like for Metal Gear Solid 4, whenever it's press X to go through all the memories of every time that Revolver Ocelot said, I am very good with a gun. And I mean, you're not gonna hit that market anymore. Not very many people, most days, like most people these days, when a cutscene comes on, just puts it down, puts the controller down. Sometimes the wife comes through. You have to conduct business. I get it.
It's like mute.
And it's like
computer's right over there on mute.
Yeah. Like 7 feet that way is a window. And last night while we were doing Adam and Sam at the disco, my wife, like the window's almost always cracked just for airflow, right?
Yeah.
But last night my wife came to the window and was talking to me. It's like, just come in the house.
Not through the window.
It's not a drive-through, man. Just come inside.
I mean, you will add those quick time events if you want to see Eva's chest.
Right. Yeah. If you want, while he's manhandling the gun, you're gonna hold down that button so you can see the jiggle effect. Yeah, this is going to be interesting in very many ways to see how they modernize this. I mean, for real, like bring it into a modern era with modern ideals, modern gameplay. There's a lot, because we've obviously moved away from women in video games breasting their way boobily down stairways, right? Like we're
Yeah.
moving away from the toughest armor for women characters as a bikini. And this game was not that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, because as much as that was the appeal then
Mm-hmm.
to 14-year-old gamers, 15-year-old gamers, guess what? We've doubled in age now, right? Like we've
Yeah.
over doubled in age from when that game came out. We all have wives who could breast boobily where they need to. And we're not horny teenagers anymore. We're old men.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that this goes well. And like I've said time and time again, cautiously optimistic is the only way that I can describe how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm not excited. I'm excited, but I know that there's so much that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Like not everybody nails a remake.
Mm-mm.
And in a remake, there's so much that can still go wrong. If you get one thing, the feel of the game wrong, it won't feel the way you want it to. Like not very many games these days utilize pressure, right? Like the pressure of you. And as much as they tried to say, well, with the dual sense, you can feel everything. Okay, but with the dual sense, I don't feel an incentive to not hold down the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart said, well, if you hold it this way, you get one attack. If you push it all the way down, you get this attack. I'm still going to push it all the way down. That sounds like a better incentive. That sounds like a better attack. So while you're trying to hold up and interrogate a guy, you're going to be somewhere between pulling the trigger and not.
I already had issues with
shot everybody.
I shot him. I slit people's throats when I shouldn't have. And that's why I had like so many people meeting me at the Reverse Sorrow.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, shit.
Yeah. Anytime I held somebody up, like I'd hold them up in their face and then I'd immediately point at their legs. Like I know sooner or later I'm going to shoot you, but I only want to maim you, not kill you.
I mean, certain parts of the game, that's where I tried to stay at. Like, I'm going to like shoot your leg.
Yeah.
But then I would forget like the whole pressure and just accidentally pull the whole thing. And it's like, oh shit, I killed somebody.
He did.
And now everybody's after me. Everybody's like, get up quickly. Like, oh shit, I got to run.
Right. Well, and then shit, you mentioned that. Like, your silencers always deteriorated. Do they add in... there's your modern survival. Do they add in crafting? Do they add in the ability to then make a silencer? Like in The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, if you had a pop can and some other shit, you can make a silencer. Is that the route they go in this? Do they make things like that? Because you could always eat stuff, but you weren't always healing. So you were always feeding your fatigue bar, your stamina, whatever the hell they called it in Metal Gear Solid 3, but you weren't always healing yourself. So that's, I mean, the crafting is maybe the route that they go, and god damn it, I hope they don't.
I mean, what can you use out there other than going to those buildings that you find like bottles and cans?
Right. You can use 6 frogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, are you gonna fucking like use an actual snake as a silencer?
Yeah.
Like,
you can use a snake as a tourniquet, kind of thing. It'll be interesting because I don't know how they can modernize this without changing it so much. It was a revolution back then. I mean, and to make it feel like a revolution now, that it seems like they maybe want Delta to be, they're gonna have to add in something. Fingers crossed, right?
I can only imagine like you could take some tree frogs and throw them at people.
Yeah, that would be the route to go. Here's an hallucinogen.
Just like rub a fucking frog in someone's face. Like, get high.
You're tripping balls. Yeah. There's that drop in acid we mentioned a while back.
There you go. But I'm in the same boat. Like, because you didn't show me much, I'm way more excited for the Master Collection because I already know what's in that.
Right. We've played those. We've
Yeah.
been there. We're used to that.
Exactly.
Like there are no surprises in replaying Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah.
There's no surprises in playing Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3. And clearly there won't be any story surprises playing Delta.
No, because it's what
It's the
they're
same
using.
thing.
Yeah, because they're trying to like be like they're trying to be Kojima, but with not being Kojima. Like we're
Right.
using Delta because it keeps the story and doesn't change the structure. I'm like,
Yeah.
all I think about is Delta Force now. Every time,
Yep.
like Metal Gear Solid Delta Force.
Get her done.
That's a already fucking long title. Is it Metal Gear Solid or is it Metal Gear Delta?
No, it's Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Damn, it's even longer. Like you could have just said Metal Gear Delta.
Yeah. Let's see. Metal Gear Solid
Because the
Delta.
whole Solid thing was because the fucking we've gone to 3D world here. Not because of
Yeah.
Solid
So Metal Gear
Snake.
Solid Delta Snake Eater. So they've
Oh,
dropped the
God.
3 and they've gone with Delta.
I feel like they should just drop Delta and just be like Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Or
Yeah.
just if you're keeping Delta, just say Metal Gear Delta.
I mean, the Resident Evil remakes didn't drop the number. The Final Fantasy remake didn't drop the number. Fuck, the first Metal Gear or the first Final Fantasy VII remake is titled Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then for the second of the Final Fantasy VII remake games, they called it Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So you could have just called it Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I don't know. Like they could have done something.
It could have gone worse. They could have done with like what they did with the third Godfather when they like recut it.
The
It was
Coda
like
edition.
Coda. It could have been Metal Gear Delta, the rise of Naked and Death of the Boss or some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3 Boss's Legacy.
Vulcan's nut crushing better be intact in this game. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
All the weird shit that all the fans have come to know, and you just keep, if you're not going to keep all of it, keep some of it. If you're going to take the ball busting out, all right, then make sure that fucking Raikonovich is still wearing that screw underwear shit.
Yes.
Panty thing.
Right.
Like, I need that weird.
Yes.
Like, keep some of it. Like, don't take everything.
No, and I want to be able to touch my glasses.
Oh, right. That's the action. Like, I'm a scientist.
Yeah. Just here we go.
You should just mutter like something, science.
Yeah.
And all the scientists
Rick
are like,
and Morty.
That clears up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. He's Mr. Science Man. Was he still wearing his bandana when that shit?
Yes.
Was?
Yes.
See, that's even worse. So
Scientist
is he gonna change, or is it gonna be like, because he's wearing his outfit underneath the coat too?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things you could play with.
Yeah.
To keep the whole eccentricity of the series has come to know.
Yeah, they can keep the camp and still revitalize it in some way, and I hope they find a balance.
Yeah, because just like with Resident Evil 4, everybody was like going back and like going like, well, remember if you played this part of the game, you could skip it now by blowing up this wall now, kind of thing. Where you had moments like that in the original, especially with the end, where you could just like skip that battle altogether.
Right.
So, I'm pretty sure they'll keep some elements of that, like kind of like breaking, and probably go further with that. I don't know. But they don't want to spend too much money.
No, they just want to remake what they had without, I mean, they don't want to veer too far. They don't want to dabble too much with what was there. And that's a slippery slope to follow, because Metal Gear Solid 3 is not a modern game.
And I've said this analogy before. Konami and Kojima were like mom and dad, and they got divorced.
Yes.
So now, dad is trying to like win the kid by getting the new shiny toy, but dad doesn't want to spend too much money.
Right. 2 Christmases. Yeah. I mean, this is about what that's going to be. This game is do or die almost for Konami, because they could they can continue to push out collections.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, whatever it's going to turn out to be. Make this and move on and still come out ahead, which they're going to.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to buy it. You're going to buy
Mm-hmm.
it. People that listen to this podcast are going to buy it. None of us know if it's going to push the franchise further, but they know that even if they don't push the franchise further, money in their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them what we gave them 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Only thing I could think of is I remember when they were doing 3, and then Kojima was talking about, like, you're gonna have alternate routes. It's gonna be very expansive.
Yep.
That Konami's gonna do this whole like spiel where they're like, remember when such and such promised you? Well, now we're bringing it to you. Here's the promises. Years later.
Yeah, here's all those things in 4 that were actually supposed to mean something. Here's all the soldiers that you helped in 4 against that one, private military company that's now actually going to mean something.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to keep was it nudie mags? To strike guards?
Yes.
Was it actually
Yeah,
nudie
it was
mags?
like legitimate Playboy magazines or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like the 3DS, I think it was like Nintendo Power or something.
Oh, probably.
Like
yeah, Nintendo doesn't go for that shit.
Stuff. Yeah. It was Nintendo-y things. I mean, I don't think the third one had crouch walking, did it?
Or no, that was 4. No,
4. Okay.
3 did the and here I am. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but one of them did. Mm-hmm. D-pad was slow walk. And then I think it was 3. Like D-pad was slow walk. Stick was definite like walk run.
Yeah, I think it was.
4 introduced the crouch walk run,
which helped.
Yes,
a lot, especially when it comes to sneaking.
Yeah, which you would almost always be in that form while playing the game. There was never any incentive to not be in that form.
I mean, and for 4, you would just hear constantly old Snake grunting because his back was like killing him.
Yeah,
probably.
He's going out. Like, he's done.
I was like, just slap a fucking pain patch, dude.
Yeah,
you got this.
Get some icy hot and move on. Yeah, that one will be interesting once it comes around.
When it comes around.
That's the optimist in me. When it comes around.
That'd be such a fucking dickhead move. Like you announce all these things and you're like, well, we never promised you a volume 2.
Nope. Yeah. Right. Sometime.
I feel like I'm gonna be in my 60s and then we'll finally get the Metal Gear Solid 4 either.
Probably close to. Yeah. No shit. We're gonna look at 2033 at this point. Jesus.
I feel like for Delta, there's gonna be the old fans that have been with the series for a long time, and there's gonna be the new fans. And then something about this game is gonna make those fans fight or divide.
Yep.
In a way, I'm like, I just wondering what it is, because I can only imagine.
Oh, I know. I mean, the fan base is like Star Wars sometimes, where it's already so divisive. And which game is your favorite? Yep. Which Snake do you like? Which Raiden do you like? Which Rosemary, Naomi, Otacon? I mean, which version do you prefer? Because some of them are never the same. But we'll see, because as much as these characters will still be the same, they won't play the same. Snake won't play the same.
No, I'm hoping plays better.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Feel better. Just feel better.
I could only imagine they'll do something really dumb where your radio is going to be having a blinking light, and that blinking light is your health.
Yep.
Or some crap like that.
Dead Space kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like you had the whole health on your back.
Yeah, literally on your back. Yeah.
That doesn't sound Metal Gear.
No, it's still going to be a health bar up at the top. Super long health bar. Grows every time you kill a boss. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, every time you kill a boss, like, here's a little bit extra life. Boop, boop, boop,
Yep.
But I mean, maybe they're doing Delta so they can clean the timeline, because it's really fucking.
That's the only reason that you could recall it Delta.
It got redacted a bunch of times with each new entry kind of thing.
Yeah. Something gets taken out. And that's maybe their best way to title it as such, because they can then just remove something and say it didn't fit this time, didn't fit the gaming era.
Exactly.
I don't know. Interesting stuff.
I was gonna say, was Dr. Clark a man or a woman, for crying out loud? Was a woman in 3. I remember that.
Yep. Not by one.
It's like, I'm a 21st century guy. You can just tell me.
Yeah. We've moved on. We'll understand now.
I mean, for paramedic, she was very, very curious about genetics and being on cutting edge experimentation.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure she had a tight outfit too in her portraits.
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to remember, like, when I played this game when I was young, I was like, wow.
Very form-fitting. Yeah.
But oh shit, they're gonna include the Bond fucking thing? Yeah, you got to. And people are gonna be like, what Bond was that? And then if you look back, are they gonna look favorable on that Bond?
No.
For his actions?
No.
I mean, you could change it to like the new one, No Time to Die, since it pretty much had like fucking Fox die.
Yeah, God, yes, that's exactly where that ended. Yes. Killed the old snake, yes. Yes. And then now people are going to feel like Metal Gear Solid ripped that idea off.
Yeah, I was going to say that. People are going to say crap like that, but like, hey, look at this. They stole from Bond. I'm like,
Fox die was around forever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fox die. Yeah. All right, Johnny.
Okay, Adam.
Let's call this an episode. Next time that we're on together.
Yes.
We will cover the mechanics of this 3D era of Metal Gear Solid, as we discussed. But we had a bounty fall on our lap this time. We had multiple announcements. Announcements we said wouldn't happen, announcements we didn't know would happen. So we definitely did better at talking about Metal Gear Solid this time. We didn't try and deconstruct the gaming industry or anything like that. We'll be back for more.
To be continued, Adam.
To be continued as always. I'm always around. I'm always down to chat with you.
I was gonna say, are you always down to clown? But
I am always down to clown. I am down with OPP.
I've come to realize it's multiple meanings on multiple things.
I was like, we're not part of the Dark Carnival. We're not down the clown on that level. We're not spraying Fago at our laptops or anything like that. For the listeners out there, the last time that I've done a shout out was listen to Adam and Sam at the Disco. Enjoy it. I am much more off the rails there than I am here. But it's nice to get to talk about a video game franchise that I love, and I appreciate having a space to get to do that with and a guy to do that with.
I'm just glad that there's stuff to talk about. It was cycling like the same shit over again. Like, there's no new games. There's no nothing.
Nope, we're coming up to it though, sometime in the not so near future.
I can't wait for that.
I know, something to look forward to, right?
Exactly.
What a thrill!
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Johnny.